Good evening, Sarawak. It's 8 p.m. Saturday, October 3rd. This is DDWeekly. It's good to be with you. I'm Linghoon. We are here to bring you a recap of the top news stories across Sarawak that made headlines for the week. Sarawak's own streaming television channel, TV Sarawak, will flip the switch on October 10th with the live telecast of the Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Berhin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud's 84th birthday celebration on Astro Channel 122. Following the debut, local government and housing minister Datuk Seri Dr. Sim Kwee Hian said that TV Sarawak would be officially launched on October 11th. Meanwhile, there would be no parade or march passed by the various contingents during TYT's birthday celebration from October 9th to 11th this year in Kuching due to COVID-19 situation. Instead, Dr. Sim said that His Excellency will give incentives to frontliners as appreciation for their involvement in fighting the COVID-19 during a Thai tea reception at a hotel. On issues of Sarawak's international schools, education, science and technological research, Minister Datuk Seri Michael Manyin Jawong emphasized that the proposed Yayasan Sarawak International Secondary Schools do not fall under the Education Act 1996 as they are not government schools. They are private schools owned and operated by a company just like most of the other private international schools currently operating throughout Malaysia. Manyin was rebutting a statement by Professor Teo Kok Song of University Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM, who had cautioned that the proposal by the Sarawak government to set up international schools goes against the provisions of Act. Hitting back at the same statement, Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg said it will be a great waste for talented but underprivileged children in Sarawak to not have opportunity to receive quality and international education despite being expensive. He emphasized that talented people must compete with talented people in high nurturing and competitive environment, and it was for this reason that the state government pushed forward to set up private international schools, especially to benefit children in Sarawak. Moving on to economy, Lawas and Limbang are Sarawak's new supplier of oil and gas resources to be explored. With this discovery, Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg said the future is bright for Sarawak, as the state now has the absolute right to do oil and gas mining. In addition, Abang Johari emphasized that Sarawak will continue to enjoy continuous development due to the recent additional revenue from the state sales tax imposed on oil and gas products, amounting to 30 billion ringgit a year. He thus urged people of Sarawak to safeguard and maintain peace and harmony in the state, while the government will continue to put the people first. Coming up next is more updates on Sarawak's politics. Briefly on politics, Sarawak People's Aspiration Party, Aspirasi, is aiming for at least 20 seats, while its two coalition partners in Gabungan Anak Sarawak, Gasak, will vie for another 30 seats in the upcoming state election due by July 2021. Its president, Lina Su, said Gasak, which is made up of Aspirasi, Parti Bangsa Dayak Sarawak Baru PBDSB and Sarawak Workers' Party SWP will focus on 50 rural and suburban seats. Su, who is also Gasak's pro tem chairperson, also stated her hopes to further strengthen Gasak by collaborating with other parties such as Parti Sedar Rakyat, SEDA, Parti Sarawak Bersatu PSB, and Parti Bumi Kenyalang PBK, though there has been no positive response from these parties yet. On a related issue, Sue hopes that the state election would not be held this year due to the prevalence of COVID-19 as shown by the Sabah election, which saw a spike in the number of positive cases. As the world waits for a vaccine to defeat the COVID-19 pandemic, she reckoned that the ideal time for the state election should be as close as possible to the deadline in July 2021 to prevent resurgence of COVID-19. Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg has on September 27 extended his congratulations to the people of Sabah on democratically electing their new state government. The 16th Sabah state election on September 26 saw the Gabungan Rakyat Sabah GRS pact comprising Perikatan Nasional, Barisan Nasional, and Parti Bersatu Sabah winning 38 of 73 seats, garnering a simple majority to form the new Sabah state government. He hopes that Sabah would continue to progress under the new government. On whether the outcome of the Sabah election would be seen as an indication of ease in claiming rights enshrined under the Malaysian Agreement 1963, as Sabah seemed to be aligned with the wishes of Sarawak as well, Abang Johari simply replied, "We will see what will happen next." Latest on crime and accidents, 4 family members, including 2 young children, perished in an early dawn fire on September 27th in Betong. The house, which also operated a grocery store, was razed to the ground during the fire. Firefighters put out the fire before retrieving the charred bodies from the house and handed them over to the police for further investigation. It has been rather happening in Miri in the past week. Sarawak Forestry Corporation SFC, Swift Wildlife Action Team have rescued 48 crocodile eggs in Kuala Baram, Miri. On September 26th, SFC received a phone call from a farm worker saying that he cited a huge crocodile at the farm. During the first operation, the SWAT team did not find any crocodile but spotted 48 crocodile eggs, which were later handed over to the crocodile farm in Kuala Baram for further actions. It was on the next day that they managed to capture a 9-foot crocodile using the hook and line method. Meanwhile, one man surrendered a python found at his own house, whereas another man from Long Selan handed over a Bornean gibbon to SFC Miri Regional Office. CEO of SFC, who is also the controller of wildlife, Zulkifli Muhammad Aton, warned that crocodiles and pythons are protected species, while the Bornean gibbon is totally protected under the Wildlife Protection Ordinance 1998. Now let's take a quick look at COVID-19 in Sarawak. There have been 10 new domestically reported cases for the past week. The cumulative number of positive cases now stands at 713 as of October 2nd. With that, there are currently 2 districts in the yellow zone, namely Kuching and Lawas, while the balance of 38 districts in Sarawak remain in the green zone. There are no active clusters in Sarawak as the Alam cluster, which involved 8 patients arising from a cargo ship which docked in Bintulu, has ended. Latest on the standard operating procedures for entry into Sarawak, non-Sarawakian Malaysian citizens and foreigners from Sabah and Labuan are not allowed to enter the state from October 4th to 18. State Disaster Management Committee has tightened entry restrictions for travellers following a daily spike in positive cases happening outside of Sarawak, including the neighbouring Sabah state. However, Sarawakians in Sabah are still allowed to return under the condition that they apply for entry through the Enter Sarawak app and fill out the health declaration form. Upon arrival to Sarawak, they are required to observe 14 days quarantine at designated quarantine centers and undergo COVID-19 swab tests on the 2nd and 10th day. The cost for quarantine and tests will be paid by the state government. That is the DD Weekly news for this week. Thank you for watching. I'm Ling Hui and you have a great weekend.